Good morning. My name is Michael Schmela from Solar Power Europe, and I'm very glad to be the moderator of Trina Solar's European launch event for its new impressive Vertex S solar module product. First, a few words on housekeeping. If you have any questions, please ask in the Q&A part of the control panel. We will try to reply ASAP. Otherwise, if we have to check a few things, that will happen at the end of the event. Alternatively, you can obviously also send us emails anytime. Let me give you a brief overview on what to expect in the next 60 minutes. First, we have Trina Solar's head of European module business, Gonzalo de la Viña, say a few words, welcome words, providing some key facts and figures on Trina Solar. Then in my role as head of market intelligence at Europe's Solar Sector Association, Solar Power Europe, I will provide a brief solar market outlook with a focus on residential and C&I in Europe. We will then have Dr. YiFeng Chen, R&D director based at Trina's headquarters in Changzhou, China, present the latest innovations and R&D results. And then we have Klaus Hofmeister, Product Marketing Manager of Europe, who will unveil for what we are all here today, Trina's newest module series, Vertex S, a product small in size, but big on power. And finally, we have Tobias Tritsch, Head of Distribution Sales Europe, who will share with us the rollout and sales plan of the new Vertex S. So let's start. Gonzalo, the floor is yours.
Thank you, Michael, for introduction, and good morning to everyone. As Michael said, my name is Gonzalo de la Viña. I'm the head of Trina for Europe, and I'm very excited and thrilled to be here for the launch, for the official launch of our Vertex S module in Europe. Some figures about Trina. Let me introduce it quickly. I'm pretty sure that most of you know almost everything about us, so let me give you a very quick update. We've been in the market for more than 21 years, so we're almost a pioneer, I would say. We've shipped more than 50 gigawatts worldwide. Probably towards the end of the year, we will be talking more about 70 gigawatts. We have built and connected more than 3 gigawatt of modules. We're active in more than 100 countries, and we are more than 14,000 employees. A very important highlight for us this year, and I'm sure that most of you, if not all of you, are aware, is that we went public in July in the Shanghai Stock Exchange. To be precise, we went to the store market, and we were the first solar company to join the store market, which is a market especially for high-tech companies. I think also our numbers are quite impressive. We've been able to increase our operating income to almost 20 billion RMB, which is more or less 2.5 billion euros in the first 9 months of the year, and which represents an increase of almost 19% versus last year. We've been able also to increase our operating profit to almost 1 billion RMB, which is doubling the amount of last year, and we have assets for 42 billion RMB. Sorry. Also on the reliable brand side, I mean, you know, Trina is one of the most solid brands in the market. We're very happy that for the 5th year in a row, we've been defined or selected as one of the most bankable brands. You can see that last year it was only 2 brands who got this award or this nomination, which is us and a competitor of ours. When talking also about capacity expansion and our plans for the coming years, you can see here on this slide that we are also doing heavy investments here, especially linked to our new technology, the 210mm technology, the Vertex module, the Vertex S. So we're setting up a factory, 10 gigawatt factory in the Yancheng province, and another one, 15 gigawatts in our headquarters in Zhengzhou. So all in all, by the end of this year, by 2020, we should have a capacity of more than 22 gigawatts, of which more than 10 gigawatts will be only for Vertex for 210mm module. By next year, we want to increase our capacity further to 50 gigawatts. But besides all these impressive financial numbers, impressive plans, investments, and so on and so forth, for us at Trina, sustainability is a very, very important point. So we are very proud that we've been able to reduce the usage of water by 32% in our production during the last 4 years. And we've been able to reduce the usage of electricity by 39%. And this, all in all, the result was that we've been able to reduce our greenhouse gas emissions in our production by 35%. This has been recognized by different entities, and we've received different awards, like the gold recognition level from EcoVadis since 2018, and also we have the top position in the solar scorecard by the Silicon Valley Toxic Coalition. Looking now from the high level, from the global level now into our European side. We're quite active in Europe, as you all know. We have more than 60 employees in our region, working in more than 20 different countries, with 8 regional offices, and with working with more than 100 distributors. Here, the blue spots, you can see with which distributors we work, who are our main partners, and where we are active. All in all, this year we will deliver more than 3 gigawatt of modules into Europe. So you see it here. These are just a comparison of our European region with our LATAM office and our US office. And you can see how much Trina is growing in all the regions. So now talking precisely about Europe, which is our region, we've been able to increase our volume considerably, despite even having a very tough first half of the year 2020, when you think about Corona and the first quarter, which affected not only our lives, which is the most dramatic part, but also our businesses. We've been able at Trina to work even during this very difficult situation, and we have been able to deliver a lot of it. And the result of it is that we have been able to double the volume we sold into Europe in the first half of 2020 in comparison to 2019. This is obviously a huge achievement of our colleagues in the factories and of Trina. Thank you very much. That's all from my side. Michael,
Okay, thanks, Gonzalo. Very impressive. So let me take my part now. Oops. Share screen. Okay, here we go. Solar market outlook, residential and CNI in Europe. Let me just briefly lead you through our research results. At Solar Power Europe, we're covering the solar sector in a global market outlook once a year and also in a European market outlook, and are constantly, obviously, monitoring what's going on in particular in Europe. So let's look first back to 2019. That was a great year for solar in Europe. Demand increased by over 100%. And I would say this marked probably the start of the second European solar wave we've been waiting for so long. And we anticipate that to last somewhat longer than the short peak we saw 10 years ago. Let's look at the market distribution. What you can see is that the top 10 markets represented over 90% of newly installed capacities. And it was actually just the top 5 markets that did 75% last year alone. But I think the important message here is that almost all EU member states saw increasing solar demand year on year. So of the 28 member states we still have, 26 saw growing rates. And that's great news because that's what we need. We see solar growing all across the board in Europe, even if at different levels and distribution evolution stages. A good indicator for solar quickly improving its standing in Europe is the growing number of annual gigawatt scale markets. So as you can see here, in 2017, it was just one. It was Germany, which has been leading for a long time. There was also UK for a while. But in 2018, we had then 2. Netherlands joined. We had 3, almost 4 in 2019 when we had Spain #1, Germany, Netherlands, and France with almost 1 gigawatt. They again missed, unfortunately, that threshold. And we expect this year to have 5 gigawatt market. So we will have, in addition, France actually coming hopefully over 1 gigawatt, and Poland. And in 2021, we will have further markets joining. That will be then probably Italy and perhaps even Portugal. So let's take a look at the near-term future. So we had actually modeled the market demand for the next 5 years for our global market outlook in June. And at that time, we anticipated that the market impact of Corona would be much more dramatic. We thought actually that the EU27 demand would reduce by 30%. But luckily, it has turned out so far that it is rather only 10%, as you can see here. Or the gray line is our mid scenario, or the most likely scenario. And the reason is simply that Germany was pretty resilient. There was no real lockdown there. Craftsmen could continue to work. And we also saw that actually some countries quickly introduced also recovery packages that included solar. And one good example here is Italy. However, whatever it will turn out to be in the end, actually, I think with our 10%, we're also not so different from other market analysts. But we will see, in any case, a very, very strong uptick next year, taking actually some of the delayed plans then into action next year. And for the coming 4 years, we see then again 2-digit growth rates. But let's look at the residential market. So in the past, actually, you can see that here in gray, rooftop solar was always bigger, or not always, but yeah, for a long time bigger in Europe than utility scale solar. That is somewhat flipping. Because simply solar is now so cheap that it also beats wholesale electricity prices, and we have the subsidy-free solar market for large-scale solar system. So that will we will see actually in the market. Still, Europe will remain one of the most attractive places for rooftop solar in the world. And although the utility scale share is increasing, we still anticipate that in 2021, we will have around 46% rooftop share. So that means commercial and industrial and residential. And that will only slightly decrease to 44% in 2024. But even if the relative share decreases in absolute numbers, obviously, we're still seeing growth. We're anticipating around 10 gigawatt rooftop market for next year and around 14 gigawatt in 2024. Again, that's our medium scenario. There is also upside potential there. What we've also recently done, we've published our first market survey on residential BESS, battery energy solar systems. And here we are seeing also double-digit market growth, even in 2020, in this Corona year. However, as you probably all know, the residential BESS is in the very early stages. There's few markets led mostly by Germany. But here and in those markets where you have already considerable shares, for every, or in the residential segment, the attachment rates are now very, very high in Germany. Not almost every, but a large share of residential systems that is newly built comes with a storage system, simply because the capex numbers are not so high. The investment is rather small compared to many years ago. In other words, also, it means, of course, also that the potential is still gigantic for that segment. So quickly about the reasons why solar is picking up. So here you can simply see that the reasons for the solar boom in Europe is actually solar's competitiveness. And when you look at Europe here, just an example is Germany in comparison to many other markets, the gap between the residential electricity prices and the LCOE is simply the widest. So that means here solar is so really competitive that a lot of people go for it. And that will continue and will only increase and get better. So when we look at C&I, we have here an example from the IEA report from last year, and there you can simply see that that solar here in yellow is not only cheaper than residential, but also cheaper than industrial and wholesale prices. So that means low solar LCOEs are increasingly beating even wholesale solar power prices. The good thing is, and the great thing for solar in Europe is that LCOEs are now so low that even in northern parts of Europe, here you see that in Helsinki on the left, solar is cheaper than industrial prices in yellow or wholesale prices. And quickly, just the explanation why we think that that the solar boom will continue beyond its cost competitiveness. One other important criteria is solar versatility, and that's the reason, for example, why a lot of EU countries that were very late and are still late in missing their EU 2020 targets, then jumped on solar and set up incentive programs to get over or to kind of do the last mile with solar. I think a few countries that really jumped on solar again in the last few years were Spain. Hungary is really focusing heavily on solar, or Poland, for example. One country which probably won't make it despite its recent effort, which are now also pretty strong, is Luxembourg, which has now also very ambitious plans for solar. So, but again, that's 2020. For the next 10 years, we still see a lot of growth. And one thing is the 2030 targets. We have a minimum target of 32% for renewables in Europe. And that was actually just agreed on a few years after heavy discussions. And now with the Green Deal coming up, we're discussing up to 40%. We did basically a calculation at Solar Power Europe that if we want to reach a 20% share of solar in Europe, that would translate into around 640 gigawatt. Today, we're at around 120 in the EU 27. So, so that means the potential is huge, even if only if we wanted to reach the 32%. If we're talking about 40%, let's see if it comes, it might be a little bit less, then the potential contribution of solar would be around 1 terawatt. So huge potential again here. Just 2 more slides. European Green Deal will be a big driver not only until 2030, but also until 2050, as Europe wants to be the first carbon neutral continent. And there are different packages which you can simply see here that will help us getting more solar being installed. One of the important ones for residential and commercial solar is building renovations. That's the Renovation Wave program, which is being implemented as part of the Corona recovery program, and solar will have a big role to play here. Finally, just some of the trends we're seeing in Europe here, and several of which Trina is also covering with its products. I don't want to go into details. It goes from digitalization to mobility, grid integration. Everywhere solar will play its part. And if you are interested in more info about that, we at Solar Power Europe have work streams on basically each of these topics. If you have more questions, please get in touch. Here are my contact details. I'm happy to give you more information on the market outlook in Europe and beyond. That's it from my side. Thanks so much. And we go back, or not back, we go now to China, to YiFeng, who will give us some background on Trina's outstanding R&D results and effort. YiFeng, the floor is yours.
Thank you, Mike, for the very nice introduction. Good morning, everyone. I'm YiFeng Chen from the R&D Centers of Trina Solar. Today, I will briefly introduce our R&D Center and our R&D activities. So let's go. Welcome to the State Key Laboratory of PV Science and Technology, which is located in our headquarters, Changzhou in China. The title of State Key Lab was granted by the Chinese central government. The laboratory was built in 2020, and we have a total R&D investments of 7.97 billion yuan. Cooperate with 9 famous leading universities or institutes all over the world. The laboratory have the qualifications of UL, TUV, and CQC witness testing. We also have the great scientist team led by Dr. Zhiqiang Feng, who is our laboratory director, and Dr. Pierre Verlinden as the senior technology consultant. We also have the great external scientific committee with the key professors and experts in the world, like Professor Martin Green from UNSW and Professor Shen Hui from Shenzhen University in China, Professor Junhao Chu and Professor Deren Yang in China, and Professor Anders Brett from Fraunhofer-ISE, Dr. Thomas Riedel from Ceres in Singapore. We got 185 people in the R&D Center. Among them, there are 19 people with the PhD and 60 with the master degree. We have the scientific connections and cooperation with the leading university and institutions all over the world, from China, in Europe, in USA, and Australia. The lab have built up great R&D facility to perform R&D projects and activities, including the solar cell fabrication and testing laboratory, the solar module reliability testing laboratory, the solar system demonstrations, outdoor field testing, and so on. We are authors and co-authors in 97 standards in photovoltaic, and among them, there are 30 global and international organization standards, including the famous IEC, SETMI, and GB standard. We have applied over 1,700 patents and 829 granted so far, including certified PCT patent. In the past 10 years, the State Key Lab have break 20 world records in terms of solar cell efficiency and module power or efficiency. This world records efficiencies and module power output was independently confirmed by the well-known third-party test lab like the CAB lab from Fraunhofer or JT in Japan. These world records are based on PERC solar cells, IBC solar cell, and the latest one was the TOPCon technology. And these demonstrate our technology leadership in the industry. Based on our Stay-Key lab, we are able to project the technology improvement in the future. This figure shows the project's efficiency as a function of time for high-efficiency solar cells. Well, here you can see the orange symbols are the P-type PERC cell today, while the blue symbols represents the anti-technology, that is TOPCon and Hector. So for industry, we are right now 23% in average in mass production for P-type PERC, and we are approaching the 24% in the next 3 years. While the anti-technology, we are achieving 24% in average, and we got the 24.6% in the best champion laboratory in the lab. And we are targeting 26% in the next 5 years. And in the following next 5 years, we are targeting 28 on even higher cell efficiency with the tandem technology. Thank you.
Thanks, YiFeng. So let's continue with Klaus. We're excited to hear from you what's behind the new Vertex.
Thank you very much, Michael. Thanks for the introduction. And I think now it's time to let it out. Yeah, we are now approaching the new family member of Vertex X. My name is Klaus Hofmeister, and I'm the product marketing manager for Trina in Europe. And on behalf of the whole team who really contributed with a lot of effort to this product presentation, I also want to thank the team in headquarters in China who really also, let's say, made it possible that we are here today to introduce the new product to you. You can see it here on the slide, but you can see it also in the background of myself from this presentation point of view. The 3 new Vertex S product variants, which are really small in size and big on power. And what we mean by that, I will let you know when we go through the presentation within the next slides. We've had a focus while designing this product on a few real good attributes, which we think are necessary for the market we are intending this product to go in. This is the residential segment with the rooftops, private or commercial, but also the commercial rooftops, industrial rooftops, which we are, let's say, seeing as a key and focus market for this product. The key thing is of a new product always try to increase power. And this, I think, we increased power and efficiency of the new Vertex S series. We made it durable, and you will see that when we come to the warranty. We give a better warranty to this product because we are confident that this product has the best technology we can provide right now. The size mattered a lot for us when we decided to go for the new Vertex S series because we wanted to have a module which an installer or the workers which are really physically installing the module can handle quite well in terms of weight and dimensions. The universal solutions I will touch upon also because we wanted to make sure that this product is widely usable in all different mounting conditions we can think of, and we are well preparing this product when it hits the market for those who are designing the systems to be ready. And the last but not less important topic is the appearance, because we also launch a full black version of the Vertex S, and full black really is a hard thing for those who really decide for this product. Yeah, the product needs to look nice because that's the reason why people buy it. So the full black appearance will be excellent. This is what we can say today and what we committed to. And here it is. Here is the Vertex, or let's say the 3 variants of the Vertex product. We are going up to 405 watt with the Vertex, and this is mainly for the white backsheet versions. You can see the dimensions here. The module is below 1.8 meter in length. The width is below, simply or just below 1.1 meter, and we have a 30 millimeter high frame. Some might think the 30 millimeter frame, hey, is it robust enough? I can tell you it is, and we will come to that later on when we follow the presentation. With the weight, we could stay in the range of 21 kilo, so I think it's in a reasonable range to handle it very well. As I already mentioned, the warranty is definitely improved. I mean, the first time Trina gives 15 years product warranty for a new product, I think this is outstanding, especially for the segment of residential and C&I. So that is something we give to you with the new product Vertex S. On the right side, you can see the efficiency number, which I think is impressive because we are above 21% with the highest watt class. And of course, the 210 millimeter technology is the driver for the whole Vertex family. All the other innovations here, like multi-busbar, non-destructive cutting, high density cell interconnect technology, I will touch upon in the next slide. And of course, we are using the triple cut cell cutting technology, which makes the module fitting to the existing infrastructure on residential, meaning inverters, with lower currents as we needed for this inverter generation. Let's look into why did we decide for the 210 millimeter technology. You can see here an overview of the different cell and wafer sizes which are currently available in the market. Trina is following the route quite well with 158 and 166 millimeter cell generation. But from that point on, we made the decision to jump straight into the 210 millimeter full square cell technology. We consider this as the future of the PV industry and of the module technology within the next 5 to 10 years. And we are absolutely convinced that we will be successful with this platform from a cost perspective, from an ecological perspective, but also from the economics overall. I know this different cell sizes and wafer sizes make it difficult for customers to compare modules with each other because there is more or less no quasi standard size of a module any longer available. So the different sizes require different module dimensions, and therefore it's, let's say, a little bit confusing. But I think when we see that we are moving to certain technology platforms like the Vertex and the 210 millimeter technology, we will somehow form a new quasi standard in terms of module dimensions. Going a little bit into the innovations like multi-busbar. This is nothing new for Vertex, but it has been optimized, let's say, for the Vertex technology. It improves the electrical performance, it improves the thermal performance, it improves the reliability with respect to mechanical damages in the cell, and it also improves the light trapping effect on the cell technology or on the module. So multi-busbar is, let's say, the way to go for cell interconnect technology for us and for the Vertex series. It also brings in, let's say, a lot of visual benefit for the full black, especially because the thin wires are hardly visible. So overall, a big jump into the right direction. Then we are using the non-destructive cutting technology for reducing the mechanical influence of the cell separation into different parts. It's like either, let's say, half cut or triple cell technology. So we want to make sure that reliability is the focus and the modules will survive the prospected or the, let's say, forecasted lifetime of 25 years. That is the reason why we are using this technology now for all the latest, let's say, product we are introducing into the market. The high density cell interconnect technology is the, let's say, the preferred choice for us. It's the best balance between efficiency and module yield, means kilowatt hours produced or energy produced. You see the left side, the traditional, let's say, gap between the cells, which you normally is quite visible on the modules. the high density cell interconnect technology. Once you see the module in front of you, you will hardly see that there's a gap between one cell to the next one. And we are also looking into the overlapping or shingling or tiling ribbon technology. But for us right now, this is not the way to go. We still have some, let's say, reliability concerns, which we are further, let's say, investigating. We are developing on this technology. But for now, I think the high density module technology is the way to go. I think this is a very impressive slide, and I think I'm quite excited to see, okay, here we have the different products which Trina has to offer right now in the residential area, in the CNI area. So we have the 158mm 60 cell half cut module technology with its dimension. Then next to it, the 166 product, which is almost of the same size as the Vertex S. And you can see also the difference in power between 60 to 30 watt difference compared to the Vertex X. So we really made a step forward in terms of maximum power, in terms of efficiency, and also, let's say, we stick to a certain size, which we think is the adequate size for this segment we are, let's say, wanting to have this product going into. And I assume this makes it also very, very attractive to have the maximum power on a really condensed and compressed size with this module and the Vertex S series. Let's go into a few details with a real example. We have here an example of a roof, which I think is just taken randomly to demonstrate how, let's say, Vertex S fits to the different roof sizes. And we leave that roof, and on the next slide, we're gonna equip that roof with the different module generations I just presented. So we have the 158/60 cell half cut module on the roof, as well as the 166 and the new Vertex S. This project was calculated for a location in China. You can see that on the bottom, it's Jinan in Shandong province. So we have, let's say, calculated the energy yield per year for the different project. And you can see that, first of all, with Vertex S, you're able to put more power on the same roof size. You have more energy yield per year. So I think this is a definite decision criteria, and it's definitely the right step forward with the new Vertex S series. I hope you are excited as me as to look into that product even further and to, let's say, design the product into your new systems. We are looking forward to offer this to you. From today onwards, by the way, it's, let's say, the chance to look into this new product. We also want to make this product from the beginning extremely versatile and universal for its users. So you can see here the different mounting conditions. We are looking into it before we already launched the product. So you have on the right side top the standard long side clamping, let's say, variant, which is normally going into the standard user manual. But rather than this only, let's say, we also have the top left corner where we have the flat roof mounting systems, tilt module mounting with clamps on the short side or either on the long side. I think those mounting options are today, let's say, some of the key options we need to support from our side. And with this product, we will, let's say, give you all these options with all the load values the module can cope with from the starting point when the module will hit the market. You also have the short side clamping variant and the slide in variant on the top or on the bottom side, which will enable you to use this product, the Vertex S module, as universal as possible. If there is a mounting option which you can't find on here or which we might not cover yet, it either follows or you can get in touch with us and we are going to evaluate it. I also want to announce at this stage that we are ready with PVSYST as simulation tool and as planning tool, as well as PVSol. So with the next update of PVSol and its module database, you will find the Vertex S product already within your planning tool. Another key factor for us was when we introduced this product, it would really fit to all the infrastructure which is available. One key element in a PV system is, of course, the inverter. Here you have to see a list of names of inverter companies which are globally available. And I'm saying this because this product is really a global product as well. The current which the product has is fitting to the existing inverter generations within all the different brands which are named here. If the brand is not named here, it doesn't mean it's not compatible. We are sure that most of the inverters currently used in the residential and commercial sector will fit to this product and to the Vertex S and to its electrical parameters. And this was one key driver for designing the product as it is today. I was mentioning the warranty topic already, and I want to, let's say, show it again to the audience here because I think it's important. The Vertex S product receives the same, let's say, beneficial warranty for the customers as most of our Vertex products have already. And we want to even improve that by giving you 15 years of product workmanship warranty, which is the first product within the Trina portfolio who really gets that. So overall, with this improved warranty scheme and concept, you will see that at the end of the 25 years lifetime of your product, you will have generated more electricity and more, let's say, money for you, which I think is a big plus for the Vertex S series. And I mean, not to neglect, on the bottom left side, you can see on this slide that this module can also cope with higher wind and snow loads. And I want to mention that because I think it's also outstanding. I also mentioned already that we have a 30mm frame only, but we spent a lot of effort in designing a completely new frame with a new alloy for this product to make it stiff and robust for extremely harsh conditions. So you can have 6,000 Pascal snow load and maximum of 4,000 Pascal wind load. I have to mention that those are test loads. They are not including any safety factor. And they, of course, require a certain mounting variant or option. But you can be sure that this module is more robust than our, let's say, present generation. And we are, we wanted to improve that. This was our target, to be able to use it in all kind of locations, situations, climate conditions for the user. Then, of course, the key variant of for, let's say, certain markets in Europe will be the full black module. Our last full black module, let's say our currently existing full black module, is already outstanding in terms of its look and feel. Yeah? But the new Vertex S is, first of all, the combination of high power plus outstanding aesthetics. And this is what we designed it for. It has excellent color control because we have a dedicated cell treating process and machines, which are making the cells as dark and as black as possible. With the multi-bus bar technology, you hardly see any metallic structures on the front side from a distance. So this module is driven to perfection. It's really like shown on this screen here, like a black pearl. So I hope that all those customers who are really looking on the aesthetics and who really like the black products, they will find a new favorite for them with the Trina Vertex S full black module. I think to go more on the green side, carbon footprint, the discussion, I mean, about climate change, about Fridays for Future is ongoing. And we want to contribute with our share here to this topic. We have, with the Vertex S, a higher packing density within one container. We have 20% more modules per container. This means, first of all, less containers for the same peak power. And also, we have more power per container instead of having 300 kilowatt per container for all the other generations. We have here almost 380 kilowatt per container. So this means less trucking on the road, less containers on the boats, and this gives us a better carbon footprint for all over the module. So I assume this is our contribution with Vertex S, another reason for those who really look at the ecology of this product. Here goes our ramp-up plan for this product, and that's also quite, let's say, enthusiastic and exciting, I would say. For 2021, when we start the production of the Vertex S in January, we are looking forward to introduce 5 gigawatts of Vertex S production capacity. This will be increased for 2022 to 10 gigawatt and then to 15 gigawatts for 2023. This is our really, let's say, tough, but really going forward roadmap. We are planning this product to be a success, and this is also reflected in our target for the production capacity. And here we have the whole, let's say, Vertex product family with our new member in the center, the Vertex S module. By the way, the Vertex S is not really a new product when it comes to its heritage or its roots, yeah, because on the very left side, you have the 500-watt Vertex, which is a larger version of the Vertex S. It has a few more cells. It has the triple cut cells as well. So I want to convince you that this product, the Vertex S, is not something new we are just developing and we have no experience with. We are already delivering the 500-watt Vertex into the market. We have the first experience in the market with this product. So you can be convinced whenever you look into Vertex S and you want to buy it, this product is mature, this product is developed, and this product has already its first track record by, let's say, its predecessor, the 500-watt Vertex. Besides that, of course, we have the utility scale products, 550, 600 watt will come next year, and the outlook to the 660 watt module. This is the Vertex generation. This is our 210 millimeter platform. And the Vertex S is definitely rounding up all this within the family. And we are looking forward to bring this closer to you. And we are hopefully achieving your excitement as well, that you are also eager to get the Vertex S onto your roof. This is more or less it. I want to summarize again the key facts of the product. Maximum power of 405 watt we want to achieve with this product going forward. The maximum efficiency of more than 21%. We are definitely small in size. It's a really handy module, easy to handle, let's say with reasonable size and weight, but big on power. It's the highest efficiency module in the residential area from Trina right now. It's universal in terms of its usage, yeah, so we want to offer as many options and variants as possible to make it easy to install. It's highly reliable, the 210 millimeter technology, plus the materials used, plus the frame, plus the manufacturing processes we're using. It's everything up to date and state of the art. And with the full black, we have a module with outstanding visual appearance, which for customers who really like the delicate look of a full black module. I think we have really rounded up here a good portfolio with our new Vertex S module. And I want to say thank you now. This is the Vertex. We let it out. I want to hand over again to Michael. I want to thank you, all the audience. Stay safe and healthy in these times. And thanks for watching the Trina product presentation of the Vertex S. Thank you very much.
Thanks, Klaus, for these insights. Very impressive, very impressive. Now, the crucial question is, and that goes to Tobias, our next speaker, when can we get a hold of these great new products in Europe? Tobias, the floor is yours. Unmute, please unmute. You have to unmute.
Right. Great. Michael, thank you for the introduction. Good morning, everybody. Thank you for attending today's product launch session here at Trina. The Trina sales team is very excited to offer our existing, but also our new potential partners these great products, the Vertex S series. We see the product as a great extension of our current portfolio to offer you a strong, efficient, powerful module for the residential, mid-size and large commercial installations. On my first slide, I would like to show you now some more details on the ramp up, on the time schedule until when these products are really ready and here in Europe for sales. So as you can see, after this launch event, starting in next week, we will set up local product trainings, webinars, also in local language, to provide you more details on the product technology, but also on the support structures you can use, the clamping, which is really important and essential, and also give some advice on the right inverters you can use in the combination with the Vertex S series. As you can see on the slide, we are able to provide you with first price indications, quotations, also in next week. And by mid of the month, mid of November, we can confirm the first orders and prepare the production slots for our first customers. As Klaus also indicated, we intend to start production by mid of January latest. Mid of January, we will start both product types, the full black version, but also the mono white EVA version will be started. Just for you as an information, we expect to start the full blacks with the first production batches with a power bins of 385, 390 watts. And the mono white EVA version, we will start with 395, 400 watts. The exact product power split, we will of course update you in the coming weeks how this is all expected. Means when we start the production mid of January, we can ship out the first volumes by, let's say, end of January. So the containers, first containers of these products can arrive early March, mid-March for the first customers. During this time, our local sales teams, our local sales managers will be in close contact with you. They will share updated information on the progress we do. We will do local webinars and guide you through the next months. We have local sales managers and representatives in nearly all markets. On this slide, you can see our sales guys in the different markets, which you can directly contact and approach for additional product questions, but also to ask for a first quotation and power bin outlook. We have June Anson responsible for UK, Ireland, and Scandinavia. We have Dimitro for the Baltic states, Russia, rest of Eastern Europe. Meli Güngör is for Hungary, but all our South Eastern European region. Ivan Campoy in Spain, Portugal, please contact him. Maxime Dropsy in France and Belgium, and Stuart for the Netherlands. In Germany, please feel free to also contact Frank Schmidt to provide you more detailed information on the product and the setup, how it will be. So also for your information, really important, if you don't know who to contact, please send an email to our central email address, europe@trinasolar.com. Here you will get the right contact person in our team who can then provide suitable information. So let us start this product journey now today. Let's make it a success story. Together with you, dear customers, we can ramp this up successfully. Thank you very much.
Thanks, Tobias, so for letting us know when the product will be available, and that is very soon. That's great news. Again, if any one of you has further questions, please get in touch. You still see the sales contacts. You can get to the also to the general Trina address. We will also send you the link to the presentation via email, so everyone will get also a hold of this information you saw today. Again, thanks for joining. Thanks for participating. Have a great day and looking forward to hear from you. Bye-bye.